don't know what dark wave means, but I think this album is dark wave. Someone tell me what dark wave is. I have no idea what dark wave is, but it is fun to say. Dark wave. Welcome to Daily Metal, where every day a different metal album gets dissected for your sadistic listening pleasure. I'm the heavy metal lawyer, Emma. And in this show, I'll talk about why the music in these albums is so good and where they fall in the history of music's most wretched genre. On August 2nd, 2007, maybe 2005, there's conflicting release dates for this one. Anyways, on August 2nd, whatever date, Ukrainian depressive duo Necrotic Trust drenched themselves with the decay of modernity in their album Dry Our Fears. This is the only album by Necrotic Trust, though Sergei, and I apologize for butchering your last name, Sergei Takachenko, the man behind the digital drums on the album, has lots of other solo metal projects like Life is Hell and Svarm. Those are more straightforward, crusty black metal projects. Necrotic Trust, on the other hand, is something really unique and interesting. The genre is often cited as doom metal, and there's reason for that. It bears a lot of the song structures and elements of doom metal. The album is full of slow riffs that provide most of the structure of the album, but that categorization just feels insufficient to describe the band's tone and style and the mood set by the music. When I think of doom metal, I think of music that is grand and epic, arcane and spooky, hazy and psychedelic. That applies to the classics like Black Sabbath and to modern masters like Windhand. But if you compare and contrast this album with Eternal Return by Windhand, there's clearly a big difference between the two. Necrotic Trust sounds like what is conveyed by the titles of the band, the album, and the songs, with titles like Necrotic Trust, Dry Our Fears, Reveling in Decay, and My Naked Misery. The music has the consistency of rust and provokes feelings of anxiety and uneasiness, a fear not of ghouls or witches, but of modern life with all its depraved noise and rot. In this way, along with the clunky metallic sounds of digital drums, samples, synths, and guitar on the album, along with the vocals that are more throbbing gristle than crypt sermon, Necrotic Trust is almost as much industrial as they are doom metal. Again, slow riffs provide most of the structure of the album, but even on tracks like Reveling in Decay that are the most clearly doom metal, the doom metal is interrupted by an ambient and disquieting cacophony of mysterious sounds before it plunges back into the riffage. Any sense of epic heights built by the music, like at the beginning of the track The Light Can't Belong, always seems to give way to a vacuum of sound punctuated by those disconcerting digital noises that almost seem to mock the concept of doom metal, as if to say, you cannot hope to build adventure and fantasy in this world. The techno-industrial hell will always creep back in and take over. These dueling forces could wind up creating an unpalatable dissonance if used too abrasively, but Necrotic Trust is able to make it work the entire album by making the transitions between these two kind of sounds seamless, and caps off the album nicely with the track Bloodcast, where the dueling forces stop taking turns and seem to spend the first minute of the song fighting for control over it. A guitar trying to penetrate the emptiness and noise with riffs, finally succeeding in the middle of the track, but then fading away at the end, to be replaced by a dissonant, reverberating groan and sharp electrical string-like noises. So, does Necrotic Trust's take on doom metal sound good to you? Or is it just discomforting. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you like this video, please subscribe so you can find out what the metal album of the day is, why it is so brutal, and where it fits in the history of the genre.